gals, Froggy here. What you're looking at is my adjustable rear sway bar on a C5Z06. This is commonly called a T1 bar. T1 is a class of road racing, and GM made some spec or specification suspension pieces for that class. They made shocks, sway bars, springs in particular, maybe a few other bits and pieces that I'm not remembering. But anyway, what we're going to do today and what I'm going to address is adjusting a rear sway bar. And we recently had quite a good discussion on one of my forums about whether this specific sway bar has 3 adjustments or whether it has actually 5 adjustments. And the conclusion, I think, or that I came to, is that if you have an adjustable end link so that you're not preloading the bar, you can actually get 5 adjustments out of this bar. You know, both on the outside hole, one on the outside, one here, that's number 2, both here, that's number 3, one on the inside, one still here, that's number 4, both inside is number 5. So instead of 3 you can do 5 with the adjustable end links. The other part of the discussion, or another interesting part of the discussion, is when you move the hole, when you move the link to these holes, you're shortening up the bar overall. That makes it stiffer. Okay, everybody's going to agree on that. But you're also not just moving this hole, but you're also changing this distance here. And as you can see, and I hope I have, well, I think you're also going to end up in the case of position 2 and position 4, or adjustment 2 and adjustment 4, you're going to end up with different lengths here, which would have an additional effect of shortening the bar. I think that's the way it's going to work. Anyway, let's say the bar stays in this position here. It rotates on these bushings, and it should rotate freely but not loose. There's one bushing, the other one down there, and the other end link, which looks the same as this one. Well, let's get back to this. If, say, I move this link to here, I've not only shortened it this distance, but I'm also shortening this. As you can see, I'm going to have to make this link shorter to get it in the hole without moving the bar. So, anyway, that's an introduction or a brief explanation of what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to do it, and I'll show you as I go along. I've got everything loose here. Let me talk a little bit about preload. When you're putting on or taking off a sway bar, you do one side, then you go to the other side, and you should be able to slip that link or that connection, slip it on without forcing the bar up or down or out of position or such. And right now you can see I've got about maybe a quarter to a third of the thickness of the bolt. I'm off when I took it off, so that bar had a little bit of preload in it. Not terrible, but a little bit. You want the bar to be neutral when you're driving straight ahead, and without the bar doing any of the things that it does, the anti-sway actions that it does. And I'm not going to get into that theory or anything like that, but I'm just talking about preload. You always, when you're changing a bar, you want the car on the ground. Now this is up on a ramp, so that's the same as on the ground. The suspension has a load on it. The weight of the car is on it. I can see now that I did have preload on the rear bar. I'm probably not going to be able to explain what it might have been doing to my handling, but maybe one of you guys who want to take a shot at it, who look at this video, you can see that it would have been, you know, pushing up on the left and down on the right. Oh, I got that right. Let me look. Well, I guess it would have been up on the left and up on the right. Anyway, please, if one of you guys knows more about this than I do, make a comment and explain it to all of us. Well, anyway, now I've got all my pieces loose. I'm going to move the top to here. I'm going to adjust the link. Hopefully I've got enough adjustment on this link. If I don't, I'll have to go to the other side and move the other side a little bit. And then I'm going to put it back on, and I'm changing one of 5 adjustment positions that we previously discussed on this bar. And then I'm going to try it out on Sunday. I've got an autocross competition on Sunday. So let me do that, and then I'll film some more. Alright, I've got the passenger side done loose, and I'm going to make it longer, which will put this passenger end of the bar up, which will move driver's side up so that I'll be able to make my connection and not have preload. What I want to show you is that I can turn the bar by hand. Not real easy, but that's my one left hand turning it. I'm going to spray a little bit of lube in there. It's been greased, but it hasn't been touched in probably over a year. And I don't want to take it all apart because I've got some other stuff I have to do later today. But I'm just going to shoot some GM Super Lube in there, which I really like lately. It goes in as a liquid and it turns to a grease and it penetrates. So we go get that. GM Super Lube, and there's the part number. You can get it on Amazon, I think. Just put in that part number. Okay, so now I'm going to lube it up. Okay, now I've got, well, I'll show you. I've got the passenger side, excuse me, there. See, I made it long. I haven't got it locked up yet. That's a jam nut. And by the way, these are QA1 rod ends. In case you're interested, I like them. They last pretty long and they're fair price. So anyway, you can see this one still in the furthest out hole, right? And I made it long so that my other side won't have any pre-bind on it. So I'll be tightening that all up, but it's hand tight now. And then I go over to my driver's side, and you can see I'm in the next hole in, and there's no preload over here. I can take that and slide it on there. Well, it's hard to do with one hand, but anyway, that will go on. Well, I'll tighten it up a little bit, and I might take another turn here. Let me do that. I made it a little bit longer on the other side, so I didn't have to fight this at all. That's can go on. See, nice and easy. There's no preload on that at all. And I'm tight up there, and I'll just tighten that up there. So there you go. That's about it. These are all nylock fasteners, and QA1 I told you, and the T1 bar. So I'm going with a little bit stiffer bar in the back. What I'm expecting is that's going to give me a little more bite in the front, a little more oversteer in the back, and not understeer in the front. and we'll see how that works on Sunday. So if this helps you out, if you have some comments, please put them up on either on the forum or put them up on the video, and give me a thumbs up or a like. Subscribe if you want to see more from Froggy, and if this helps you out, save you some money, win some races, then you can tip me in the upper right hand corner. There's an I in a circle. See you later, guys and gals. Froggy out. Bye bye.